So eventually you do get down there and start getting the place lit up a lot better, and it's definitely a ghost town. Your senses are assaulted by the smell of dead as it seems the corpses from the battle y'all fought down here are still there, so the smell of burnt flesh instantly assaults your senses as you see goblins that were burned to death and all these adventurers that were burned by the radiant light. It's quite a sight.
I am walking into hell.
Our group has a theme, almost, at this point.
What, stink of death?
Burning corpses, at least from my angle.
I'm gonna wrap rags or whatever I have around my face.
Yeah, pretty much, unless I'm doing some serious searching, I'm going to do some searching, but I'm just going to be, like, I'll do the same, because of, like, didn't realize, it just took him just now to pretty much realize all of that, so he'll do the same as well.
Okay, so what exactly are y'all wanting to do down here?
I say that we go to where the Chainbirds were. I know at least where their hideout is, and we could go there, see if they left anything behind, since they were the ones who were the main part of the operation down here.
I'd like to glance at the goblin wagon too, see if there's anything missed.
Alright, since the goblin wagon will come first, make an investigation check.
Oh, yay, goody. Woohoo.
Is that something you're good at?
Yeah. Oh, that's an 18 plus 5. Yeah.
Jeez.
23.
18 plus 5, ooh boy.
Woohoo!
So you look around on it a little bit, trying to see what wasn't looted, because the wagon pretty much was. It seems after y'all left, pretty much whatever was left was just absolutely just ripped from the place. But you do see a glint of light reflecting off one of the torches, and you bend down under the carriage and find one flask that was left behind. Looks like it got kicked under it in all the commotion.
In my mad scramble.
Yeah.
I tell what it is.
Make a check with your alchemist tools.
Okay. Sure how to add that.
Just add intelligence plus proficiency.
Because that's what they use. Alchemist tools use intelligence.
That's a 20 total. 15 plus 3 intelligence plus 2 proficiency.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a vial of alchemist fire.
Ooh. Cut back and look at everybody, shake it over my shoulder.
What do you got there?
And question. I got some alchemist fire. Now I can burn people too.
We could probably replicate that.
Oh, I plan on it, or at least trying.
As soon as Cyrus gets a fire spell, we'll officially be Team Crusade.
How does the wagon itself look?
So the wagon itself wasn't a fully functional wagon. You see, with your intelligence check, getting a general look at it, it looks like the axles itself were damaged, and instead of replacing them, they just took the wheels off and set it down and repurposed it to basically be a stand.
Okay. Because I was absolutely planning to take this wagon. I was going to take all the goblin things.
Yeah, we're just going to go down and investigate this real quick, come out for full cart. Could you move the police caution tape real quick?
Let's get this out the way. You know, we have business. Guild business here. Move along.
There was one place I wanted to look at because it was on the way to the Chamber's place.
Okay. Where was that?
I want to go to the blacksmith place that I saw.
Oh, okay. So you go by the little blacksmith setup you found, and it's a little more refined than most of the ones you've seen. It looks like it was thoroughly looted as well. But make an investigation check real quick.
25, because that's 18 plus 7.
Okay. So, yeah, 25, jeez. So looking at it, you instantly notice that it was set up pretty close to where the goblins were, and you actually see a few crates that look like they came from the goblins area. You figure the entire process of it was the goblins were nearly the main supplier of everything. Like, they would get all the loot and everything, they would take it down here and distribute it to random people. It seems all the weapons and armor that came through here went to this shop, and he would tone up the gear, clean it up, make new stuff with it, and redistribute it amongst the people.
So are the crates closed?
You actually find most of them. It seems like they were mostly looted. You imagine in the midst of the riot, people were probably grabbing weapons and whatever else they could to try and fight their way out. But you do find one crate that was left shut. Cracking it open, you find 4 iron ingots in it.
Ooh, scoop those up.
It looked like just base iron.
Yeah, I mean I should still make stuff out of it, so I'll scoop those up.
I'll just let you know, since the other ingots you found down here were pretty rare.
Oh no,
Rare.
I figured they weren't those.
Rare and or illegal.
Yeah.
Rare and or.
And or. In his area, they're not illegal.
So I'll take the 4 ingots, and I'm ready to head off to the chain bird place now. I just wanted to stop out here and see if anything was left.
All right.
Yeah, we're messing up our tour here. We went to the gift shop first. Now we get to go on the actual tour.
Yeah. You make your way to the chain bird store, and instantly as you get closer, you notice a blood trail that seemed to be leading all the way up to it. And as soon as you finally get up to it, you actually see, it seems like the chair Crane was sitting in, there's a big blood splatter on it where, getting a rough look at it, it looks like he might have been able to dig the bullet out, patch himself up to the best of his ability, and move on. But you also see blood splatters on a lot of the cart where it looks like he packed up in a quick hurry and got moving.
So he ran scared, but he's still out there.
Gonna come back with a vengeance.
Well, I've got plenty of bullets for him if he wants to do that.
I bet he's got plenty of arrows too.
Yeah, but I shot him once and he ran like a baby.
He shot you, what, 3 times, and you were only still standing because she saved you? Pointing at Luna.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not denying that fact, but I shot him once. He shot me 3 times. So, and he ran. I stood my ground.
To be fair, we were running as well.
Yeah, but we fought. He was only focused on me.
We fought because people were in our way.
Luna just kind of shrugs, says, oh, someone's got to keep you idiots alive.
Look, let me have this. Bullets beat arrows, okay? Bullets beat arrows.
I promised you I wouldn't joke.
You've not seen what a longbow can do.
Well, in the end, one got ran out of town, the other group didn't. So, chalk one up for justice.
Alright, we ransack in his office then.
I mean, if there's anything left, let's search his office, and I'll go to search his office if anyone else wants to as well.
I'll look.
Right, that will be some investigation checks.
Alright. It's another 18.
So,
I swear it actually
24.
is.
Mine's a 24 in total.
I got
trust
another
y'all,
23.
But
I can say that the
trust is
phone
so
where
strong
it
since we're
records
doing this in
this.
person.
Look, I didn't realize that me and another person were apparently our group has 3 detectives, and I didn't realize that.
Boy, I
Yeah.
just noticed things. I see all.
Investigation is one of my main skills. I don't notice anything sneaking up on me, but hey, I noticed what you had for breakfast.
So, you guys, you start looking through, and you actually see some of the drugs are still left. You see, in particular, all the fisheye was actually taken. But some sour shrooms and some dream doses are left. It seems the cheaper drugs were left, but the more expensive stuff he actually took. But also, as you're searching through, you actually you open one of the drawers and notice the bottom of the drawer is a little different color than the other drawers. You kind of feel around on it and find there's a false bottom to the drawer.
Open that.
Right.
If it's just as simple as lifting it up.
Check, make sure it's not booby trap first.
Suddenly there's an explosion. You're missing a hand.
Yep.
The the entire desk explodes because that's my very layered Death Note reference.
Well, I mean, so y'all said that in character then, or
Yeah, oh,
did you
yeah.
say the check? Okay, so I'll pull out. Fair enough. I'll pull out my thieves' tools and then I'll try to check it for traps.
All right, go ahead and roll. Just investigation check.
21, 14 plus 7.
Gosh. So, looking at it, it doesn't seem to be trapped, and you are able to pull it up. What you see in it is a few envelopes, actually.
All right. Oh, like, are they just like blank envelopes, not addressed to anyone?
You see, one is addressed to Crane, and the other one, you open up the envelope, and it's a small pocketbook.
And open up the pocketbook. See what that is.
Opening it up, you just see the number 1. Then next to it, you see another number that says 2D.
This is a cipher, or some type of. How many other letters were there?
Just 1.
Okay, I'll open up the other letter, see if I can use if it's what I think it's a cipher. So.
Okay. You open up the letter, and it is a letter addressed to Crane. It says, Crane, may I need to remind you of the importance of this mission. It's very important to our mission to Ascension that this task goes off unhindered, as it'll be our first alliance with these said groups. Now, said, do your best, and know all the money you make here will go for the glory of the birds. Sign, Raven.
Well, that confirms it, guys. They're a cult. Because they use the word ascension, and you don't go around throwing that word lightly. And there's this Raven. I'm guessing he's higher up.
All right. New rule. Anyone with a bird name, we don't like.
Crow, Crane, Raven.
Also, we just think not that they'd be showing it, but if we ever have to subdue someone, we check them to see if we can find that tattoo of theirs. I mean, they have it on. One of them had it on. Crow had it on its wrist, just to make sure, because this is a cult, and apparently they have a bird fetish of some type.
This is just a random thought. Is the crow and the chain birds related in some way?
I mean, DM, earlier when I was scouting around and I came back to this location, did I actually see Crane having the mark? Did I actually see him having the mark on his wrist, or was that someone else I saw?
Make a history check real quick.
He's
21.
got a full back tattoo.
Okay.
21.
You do remember seeing it on its wrist, and weirdly, in the middle of fighting you, the first arrow he shot at you, his tattoo is actually glowing.
So potentially a magical connection to that. And well, we have this other letter that seems to be encoded. We could try to figure that one out. I guess I'll look to see if there's like any obvious patterns that I can see, or is it just some random code that I would have to probably find the other paper to figure this out.
Make a baseline intelligence check.
16. 11 plus 5.
Nothing's really sticking out to you right now, just in its base form. You're noticing a pattern of, it seems, on the right column there's always a number, then a D or an S next to it. But on the left side, it's only numbers. Also, real quick, is there anything else anyone would like to do while you're in Undersea City? Because we'll take Marcus a little bit to do that cipher.
Look for a passage back to their other cave, if there is one. Any branching paths from this area.
All right. Anyone else?
I guess, what else is there that we see that's under here?
You just see the shanty houses, the bar itself, some of the tables down there. That's about all it for what you see.
Go right.
And some of the doors on the side that you were told lead to some of the inn rooms.
Yeah, I feel like I'll just wander around the bar area, probably.
Okay.
Just make yourself a cocktail.
just wandering, or are you wanting to find something?
I mean, I'm sort of looking. I just have nothing to directly look for. Just something out of place. Or any kind of information.
Okay.
Look for their lock.
All right. First, Amarok, make me a perception check.
That's a 4 plus 3, 17.
Ooh.
I take it back. You can have advantage on this one.
Oh, okay. So 17 on that. That's a 3, 17.
So 17. All right. As you're walking around looking for another way out, you're having trouble finding one. You know of the two, but you know there's others. You're just having trouble finding them until you pass by the one shop you saw manned by a halfling person, and you actually feel a very slight breeze as you walk past it.
Okay. I'm gonna wave everybody over. We might have another cart repair situation here. Storefront up top, entrance down below.
By the time he found that, did I finish doing the cipher? If not, I'm just going to stay and keep working on it. Even though I didn't get any more information, if I haven't finished doing the cipher yet, I'll stay back and work on the cipher.
Yeah, he walked around a good bit, so I say you're about done, but let's do Cyrus's real quick. Cyrus, you make a perception check as well.
Okay. Whew. 17 plus 1, so 18.
18. So looking around the bar, you see, as most things here, has been looted as well. You see most of the loose bottles of booze have been looted, and so's the food. The kegs themselves seem to still be mostly full. But you also notice that something seems a little different than most of the places. You actually notice there is a few hidden compartments on this bar, but all of them are exposed.
Huh. So as in, like, things are in them and people, like, already taken them out?
It seems that way, and you kind of follow it all the way to the end of the bar, where you actually see a small burn pile, and you see various bits of paper in there. It seems someone went through the bar and burned all evidence that was hidden there.
Could I see anything that's, like, still intact or readable? Since, like,
Make an investigation check.
Okay. Plus 1, so 16.
You do see one bit of paper sticking out at the bottom, and nearly the entire letter is burnt, except the final line and who initialed it. As you see, it says, "Keep an eye on all of them." Sign, CM.
I'd like to pocket that, actually.
Okay. Alright, add the burnt letter to your inventory. And other than that, you don't really see anything off in particular. But yeah, someone clearly who knew what was hidden and where went through, burned all the evidence.
Maddie, did you want to do anything? Staring at us all.
I imagine, like, while we're doing all this, it's like, what's Marcus doing? He's writing the word, like, follow the squirrels on the walls, and along with, like, different. And while you're searching for doors, you're looking for papers. And Maddie's just sitting there watching it all unfold.
What kind of
Loon is just standing there quietly and looks to Maddie and says, "This place sucks."
It feels kind of roomy down here.
Well, Maddie, got any other ideas of what you like to do?
I just imagine she goes to take a step one way, and Marcus already did it. Okay, she backs up, goes take it the other way. Someone else has already done it, so she just stands there and watches them all.
Loon is just kind of standing with you and just shrugs.
She looks at Luna and she's like, "Do you have an idea?"
Well, no one's looked at the hotel rooms.
We'll do that.
Awesome. Okay, so both of you make per. I'll make one. I can make one for her, or would you like to just make one with advantage?
Perception?
roll. Yeah.
I'll just make one with advantage.
Okay.
21.
Jeez. Okay.
We are a group. Correction, we are a group of 5 detectives.
So you start looking through all the hotel rooms. Each of them, they're not really up to hotel standards, but most of them, you open them, they have a few, some have one bed in them, some have a few beds in them. Some are better decorated than others. In particular, you go you notice some of the ones behind the bar are actually pretty nice looking, and you actually see some initials carved in some of the side of them. It seems like some of these rooms are actually reserved for some of the higher ups. Like, in particular, you see one with the chain bird logo on it, and you see one bed in it. You estimate, oh, maybe Crane was staying in here. And as you get closer to the bar, make an investigation check with advantage.
18.
So actually, as you get closer to the bar, you swear you feel a bit of a breeze for a second. Then you kind of look and see all of the doors are put in kind of the same pattern of there's a few feet in between each room. But you notice there's a large gap in between where the bar is and where that is. Where you feel that slight breeze, you just kind of trace your hand across the wall and feel a little recess. And you pull on it a bit, and the door opens in front of you.
Hey guys. Door.
Yeah.
And she pushes it open.
As you do,
Showing us all
you
up.
hear a quick You hear a quick click noise, and you are standing in front of a shadowy figure in the room. As soon as the light kind of floods in, though, you see quickly the crossbow just kind of tracks, and she's like, "Sorry there, girl. You scared me."
There's someone here.
Yeah, Amarok, you do recognize that voice saying hearing.
I'm glad she's not dead.
But yeah, she's like, "Is it safe for me to come out? I assume your group isn't here to mop up the rest of the riffraff, are you?"
And then she looks to Luna. Are we?
Luna's like,
Do we
"I like
kill?"
this one.
No,
She
we're
hasn't
not.
given me a reason yet. Ah, wonderful. And you see she's wearing a long coat that you hadn't seen her wear before, and she kind of slips it to the side, and she has a hand crossbow holster that she slides it in, and kind of steps out into the light, and it is clearly Silva. And she's like, "Well, y'all made quite a right mess of the place."
Sorry, I don't believe we've met yet. I'm Marcus.
Marcus, I'm Silva.
Were you the one who aided my associates here?
Ah, yes. I was hoping that young bright girls such as themselves weren't getting themselves involved with this crowd, so I thought I'd give a bit of warning, and it turned out I had a suspicion that they were there for different reasons was right, since this place went buck wild shortly after they left.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I wasn't personally attached to this place anyway, so it's all good.
You hid yourself well. Did you happen to see anyone leave from here, I guess? I mean, this entire place probably went pretty crazy.
Oh, I did. I saw plenty. I was actually the first one out, then I saw Captain Phil making his way out of town as well. Then I realized the patrols around this city would probably be more dangerous than people inside of it. So I figured it'd be best to wait till this all blows over and make it my way out myself. Not a lot of people know about my little hiding hole here.
Well, this entire place is cleaned up. You could get out of here without drawing any attention to yourself. I was wondering, did you happen to see any of the members of this place leave anything behind? We're kind of doing a clean over of this place before we have to give up to the guards.
Well, the smart ones made sure to leave no trace, if you know what I'm saying. I doubt you'll find much here.
But for every association, there are the dumb ones.
There wasn't many in this group amongst the people that knew enough to actually incriminate someone.
At this time, I'd like to come up and introduce myself. Hi, I'm Cyrus. And you are?
Silva. Saw y'all down here except the elf and the dragonborn. Guess they made their way along, didn't they?
Yeah, we went our separate ways. So,
I gotcha.
if I heard correctly, you mentioned a captain.
Alright. I have a feeling y'all going to want to know some stuff, so give me a moment. She walks over to the bar area. You see she kind of finds a flagon of light on the ground. She just kind of picks it up and knocks the dust out of it and just fills it up real quick on one of the kegs behind the bar. She kind of props herself up on the bar and sits down. It's like, "All right, well, feel free to shoot away. Normally I charge a fee for this kind of information, but I assume we do an even trade if I get out of here and you act like you never saw me and I never saw you. That'd be an even trade.
That sounds even to me.
Sounds
What
fine
about
by
you
me.
guys?
Sound fine by me.
First off, why don't you tell us about that captain that you just mentioned?
Fair. Final stipulation. I don't have to tell you anything about me. I'm kinda not allowed to.
I can understand that.
Fair. I won't ask anything about what y'all want. You don't ask anything about me. We're all happy. Good. That is Captain Phil. He was a slime ball, to put it politely. I didn't really care much for the man. The few interactions I've had with him myself, he had a tendency to come down here and get frisky with the ladies of the night that worked upstairs and down here. He was just a greedy old war dog that just didn't really know how to sit still without any conflict, and somehow all that led to desiring more power, and got him here. And he thought he could keep it secret forever, then all of it blew up in his face once y'all got down here. Though it was bound to blow up eventually, I didn't see this operation lasting too much longer.
And another person of interest. I'm guessing that you were involved in the bar down here?
Did you say any other persons of interest?
Yes. I was just asking if she knew this bar fairly well before I asked her.
That was my official position here. I was running the bar.
So,
Yes,
you might know who the CM is. And I kind of show like the burnt letter.
Someone didn't do a thorough enough job burning there.
I figured everyone was in a hurry, so some scraps would be left unburned.
Fair. I could tell you his name, but nothing more.
A name's better than what we have.
Fair. It goes by the title of the Candyman.
Well, that's creepy, but alright. Candyman, I'm assuming it means something to do with the drugs, I guess.
The Candyman, he's whatever you want him to be. He can be sweet, he can be sour, he can be spicy. Just depends on what you need.
And who would be them? As it says, keep an eye on them. Do you have any idea what this might mean?
Candyman has lived a long time, and he's lived a long time being skeptical. He wanted somebody keeping an eye on the other people around here, I imagine. His so-called competition.
Would he be affiliated with the Chain Birds?
In a business standpoint, yes. As considering them an ally, I highly doubt. It hasn't crossed my radar, if anything.
So then who exactly were his competitors?
The other competitors, there was, I wouldn't call it 4, let's just say 3.5 major forces at work here. Captain Phil being the half, him and his little bunch, he had contacts with the goblins, some of the other local riffraff that tried to set up this little area. Misty Night kind of served as a little meeting ground for all these groups, but not officially. This black market was supposed to be the official gathering ground for some of the biggest names in the underworld right now. That being the Candyman himself, the Chain Birds, and the Clanless.
Clanless.
I'd imagine that one would know more about them than I would. Any points to Marcus?
Would that be something that would ring a bell with me?
Yeah.
The cult-
Make a history check. It's a very low DC, just for how much you do know.
That's a 20 total.
Okay. The Clanless are basically the mafia of the Dwarven society. They were fairly known in your city because the Clanless kind of spawned themselves on the Dwarven being a very clan-based society. The more outliers of those who weren't from the popular clan, bastards, humans, and others that didn't really feel like they belonged, the Clanless were kind of like that pseudo-family they never had, that were supposed to stand up for the little guy. So they had some pretty mixed reviews. you in particular in some of the circles, well, not some of the circles you hung around, but but they've crossed your radar a few times in your times at the university. Usually you'd hear someone had a contact in Chamberbirds where they'd be able to get a hold of some drugs or some other stuff that you weren't able to normally get. But they were mainly known for participating in all mainly drug dealing, some mercenary work, and in particular, they're known for really being in a magic item trade.
I'll just relay that to the group then.
Yeah, number one focus definitely being the magic item trade that most of their small endeavors seem to be to fund that. But yeah, they kind of have their hands in a lot of pots.